Alright, David. Getting ready to preheat this guy up a little bit. Get started on my next canister. I apologize for the music being so loud, but it's Saturday, and I don't really give a shit, because I'm working.
Through my head, laying in that motel bed, watching as cops kicked in the door. I had a job, a piece of land, my sweet wife was my best friend, but traded that for cocaine and a whore. With my newfound sobriety, I've got the time to sit and think of all the things I had and threw away. This prison is much colder than that one that I was locked up in just yesterday. My life is just an old routine, every day the same damn thing, hell I can't even tell if I'm alive. I tell you, the high cost of living ain't nothing like the cost of living high. I tell you, we're alive. So I sit here staring at the sky and wonder why the hands of God still hold me and help me through this life.
Getting close, getting close.
Many ways I've made it through, so many days of struggle, still looking for a sign, a little purpose, story of my life. Mountains on the radio, ain't it funny how they sing along?
There we go.
Makes me smile just a little bit because it's not a mileage siren song. These are the moments we can share. Come on, let me take you there. Loading up and living right. Fast cars on a summer night. Breeze is warm and the moon is bright. There's endless summer. Boogie boards and getting home. Sandcastles and fishing poles. Oh, way to save my soul. There's endless summer. Now we're out a little getaway, so we go and grab the fishing poles. I can't think of any better way for us to cleanse our souls. Fresh strider on the river night, cherry stone straight out the shoe.
Not bad, not bad.
Paradise, another story.
Press for a power hammer
I
sure
can't
would be nice.
These are the moments we
Alright, here we go. Round number 2, hit.
the old songs that my granddad used to play, full of pain and heartache and desperation, and the ones that got away, the ones that made me the way I feel today. They got Waylon singing songs out of Random Man, and Junior's got a cold one in his hand. The Fox is getting drunk again, imagine that. And Charlie Daniels playing fiddle underneath that hat. And John and Junior going back and forth again. And David Ellis is singing about his skin. And Haggard sings the songs that'll save your soul. And Willie sings the songs about the heartbeat gold dust. That shit's country. That's a natural fact. It's full of tales of hard times and complications. Ain't life like that? So I'll be listening to the old songs that my granddad
Starting to look pretty good. Feels like it's getting solid. Looks like it's getting solid. So hopefully we're getting some good forge welding happening inside that canister. Round 3 is about to begin.
I got a problem, but it ain't like what's the name. I drink cause I'm lonesome. I'm lonesome cause I've been. If I don't break down, bring it on myself. Go ahead, out of the
Dang! I said it once, I'll say it again. Power hammer or press would be great right about now. Alright, so here's my canister after it's been pounded. I can hear what sounds like a piece jingling around in there, so I'm hoping that is one solid piece. So the only way to find out is to cut this guy open and see what's in there. So with that being said, there I go again with that. With that being said, I'm going to use a angle grinder, wafer wheel, and hopefully it doesn't stick too bad inside there and we can peel this guy right off. So I might go for high speed on this one and we'll go from there. See you later. Well, the good news is canister came off fairly easy. Bad news is, once again, my billet is not one complete homogeneous billet. I got two pretty decent billets on either side, but right here in the middle it looks like it did not bond. So I don't know if I just need to try cutting this guy up or scrap it. That's all I got for now. Alright, so we're back. Still working on the canister Damascus on the Cannonball project. Apologize for not filming this last iteration, but the last clip that I showed you where my canister wasn't completely welded in the middle, I kind of freaked out a little bit again there and just decided to try to work on that through my frustrations and see if I could save it. So what I actually ended up with is two billets. I got this nice little billet here. This thing is pretty much perfect, but as you can tell, not enough to make a knife out of. This was the other piece, and this is the area where we had the big problem. So I did not get a good weld. I tried to re-weld this, fluxing it, pounding it. Problem is I don't have the power hammer or the press, and it needed to be kind of compressed this way rather than pounding down. So I wasn't getting a good weld there. So another problem that I had was, since setting my tank, I got a 500-gallon propane tank, I'm limited to the pressure that I can get to my forge. They're only allowing me to have 6 pounds of pressure, and it's just not enough to be able to get my forge up to welding temperature. So I have my backup little 2-burner forge. I hooked that guy up to a Alright, so I'm not sure what the hell goes on with this GoPro, but sometimes it just decides to shut off on its own. So, as I was saying, I hooked up my small 2-burner propane forge that I have, and I'm able to get that thing up to 10, 15 pounds of pressure, and I can really get some heat going in that thing. So, yesterday when I was working on pounding these out, that was the forge I was using. Moving forward, whenever I do forge welding, I'm definitely going to use that forge. I'm not so worried about getting it all fluxed up and nasty, so that's going to be my forge welding forge. So that being said, what I'm going to end up doing with this billet is I'm going to stack some other materials on here, probably some 1084, maybe another piece of 1095 or two, some 15N20, and I'm going to build this up into another billet, and then I'm going to pound that thing and forge weld that all together and then stretch this guy out. And hopefully I should be able to get enough. There's definitely cannonball material in there. I haven't etched this yet to see what kind of a pattern's in there because we had all kind of cool little pieces. So it should be an interesting piece of Damascus when it's all said and done. So that's where I'm at. Stay tuned. We're going to get back to that here. Most rickety and try to get some good Damascus for this Santuco that I got to make for my man, Dave Nas. Nasseria, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Pretty much goes by Dave Nas, and dude's pretty amazing. Does a lot of climbing on some ice face places. It's craziness to watch this guy, and I just want to produce an awesome knife for this guy, like I did for Mike, who was pretty stoked about his Damascus blade, that big buoy that I made for him. Totally happy with that. So let's just keep this thing rolling. Thanks for your support. Don't forget, share me with your friends. Give me a like on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Like the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps. I'm trying to do some big things here and get some more equipment in here to make my life a little bit easier and produce more. So look for that stuff to start happening down the road here. So I'm going to get back to work here. I'm probably going to end this video and start up another one. So it'll be in 2 segments. And hopefully the second half of this segment will be some major stuff going down. All right. Thanks again.